Did you just download a coloring page or tracing page, some outlines, and you don't know what to do with them? But you want to definitely add some colors, use watercolors or whatever other mediums. And if that's so, then this video is for you, because today I'm sharing with you 5 simple ways how to transfer your outlines or coloring pages on a watercolor paper so you can start creating gorgeous illustrations. And you will do this at home without needing a high quality printer or anything like this. So let me introduce myself very fast. My name is Gabriela and I started this YouTube channel to create tutorials and help people get creative. I use ink and watercolor, but as a creative I always like to use some other mediums, try, explore new things and just get creative. I decided to make this video because I recently launched my Patreon page, and how it works there is that I am organizing these workshops and I provide outlines and coloring pages, but I got a lot of questions of how can I use this? Like, I don't have a nice printer, I don't want to spend more money on ordering from printer shops so they can make it for me. How can I just transfer this page on my watercolor paper that I really like? And to celebrate the launching, I prepared a book. It's called Ink and Color and it includes 15 printable pages, and this book is absolutely for free. I will link it below. So I wanted to show how to use it and 5 simple ways how to transfer on a watercolor paper. So if you are ready, let's get started. So that's it. I am so happy that I had the time and opportunity to create this free downloadable book. So it includes 15 projects, and I just printed it on just normal white paper with my printer at home. You can for sure print it as a nice book in a shop. That's definitely fine, but I didn't want to spend extra money on this, so I just printed it on single pages like this. You can see I didn't even fix it as a book, but yeah, you will find some welcoming words from me, then the contents and all the 15 projects and which one is on which page. So some of the projects have a link to a video that can guide you through creating what I have here. You can also just go for it, that's also up to you. And after the reference photo of my project, then you have the outlines. So these 15 projects are different. Some of them are for real beginners, some of them are for a little bit not advanced. It's still for beginners, but then you will need to put a little bit more effort in adding some details if you like. So what I can recommend is that you just print the outlines and then continue from here, because yeah, this you can definitely look at it on your screen. Another way is if you have a better quality printer at home and you print only the outlines on a watercolor paper. My printer is not good enough to handle the paper I like, but in the next video I will show you and tell you more about it and how to print on watercolor paper at home. For now I will stick to showing you the book and how to transfer your lines from this just normal paper to watercolor paper. And in the book you have various like different themes. You have fruits, butterflies, you have some animals. So I didn't stick to one theme, but I just went through my last illustrations that I made. I just picked 15 of them and created the book. So let's just choose one project and then I can show you how to transfer it on watercolor paper. So let's go for this one, the ladybug on the mushroom. It's something that I really like. I usually make my illustrations. I use a reference photo from an application called Unsplash, but we are not starting there. We will just use my outlines. So today I want to show you 5 ways how you can transfer outlines from a coloring or tracing page to a watercolor paper. In the end of the video I will tell you which one is my favorite and why. The first way is to use a light board, and I have one from Cricut, but you can definitely use whatever board you have. For this it's possible that I will need to darken my space, but let's see what will happen. It's also different if you use, because I usually use a thicker paper, so I definitely will need to darken my place. But if you use slightly thinner paper, then it's possible that you will be fine. But oh yeah, it's fine, I can see through. Okay, so I will just use the lightest, the brightest level of my board. So here you can definitely just start directly, but what I like to do is fixing my paper, so in case I move something, then you know I will know that my lines will be fine in the end, because in case you move something you will have to again attach it the right place. So I will just put one of my tape on the top and one on the bottom, and then you can first sketch with a pencil and then maybe add some ink to your drawing. I think I will just directly go with the ink so it's more visible for you, so you can see what I see right now. I think it's fine. And you can trace, or you can also add extra details after that. I will just start having my lines. For this I am using my mono drawing pen. I don't know if you can see. From Tombow I use 03 for these lines. And sometimes I go more sketchy, sometimes I really like to make very smooth lines. And you don't have to use that same pen. For the paper I am using my favorite from Arches. We can also try with 05, which is a bit thicker, and make thicker lines. So you just go around and trace your page like this. Before I finish this, I will use this same thing to show you my second way of transferring your outlines to a watercolor paper. Okay, so that's my working space here. Here is the lightning board that I was showing you. Then the sketch, it's still fixed on the paper. I mean the watercolor paper is still fixed on my print. So what you do now is just go on your window and transfer the lines. So you start drawing. So basically your lightning board is the daylight and the window. This is definitely not a great option if it's dark outside, as you can imagine, but it's cheaper than buying the lightning board in case you don't have one. Okay, let me just finish these few lines here. So like this sketchy grass. And remember that even if you don't transfer the exact same lines, that's just fine, you know, like maybe adding a small grass here or skipping one grass there, that's just fine. As long as you have starting point, that's already fine. Then you can always add more details, make it a bit more sketchy or make it like really smooth and nice. It's absolutely up to you. Then I will add some details here to just add a little bit of darkness, like this. And I think that's gonna be it. Now I want to show you 3 other ways how to transfer your outlines on a watercolor paper. Okay, so we have our outlines printed, we have our watercolor paper, and my third way to transfer the outlines is using this graphite paper and one of these tools, or in my case I just like to use a colorful pen so I can see which lines I already drew and which one not. So if you are using this way, the first step will be fix all the 3 papers together in the right order. So on the back of my print I will fix my graphite paper to make sure that my sketch will be on the right place. I will fix my graphite paper just aligned here on the corner with my watercolor paper. I hope you can follow my steps. And I am actually putting it the right direction, so the shiny part should be facing my watercolor paper. You have to be very careful with this because whatever you are touching the graphite paper, it will be on your watercolor paper. Then I have my tape and just I will put it like this so they will stay together, and then I will align it somewhere here, somehow in the center of my print, because I know my lines are there, and then I will fix it again on two sides. So let's say like this, and one here, and then you start tracing the lines. And when you use a colorful pen, you will see which one is there and which is still needed to be drawn. Okay, now the fourth way is using a pencil. So I have to be just simple pencil, then I will sketch the whole page on the back, and I will make sure that there is graphite all over the lines. Okay, it looks a bit messy, but don't be worried, it will be fine. The next step is to attach our watercolor paper on the back of our print. Make sure that if you are using cold press paper as me, that the texture part is facing your paper. Then we have to fix it with a little bit of tape. Maybe one piece is enough, but you can put an extra one in case you are worried that it will not stay. And then what we do with the pencil or with the colorful pen, we go around and draw each line. Like this. You can put a little bit of pressure, but not too much. And then you can check. I don't know if you can see the line. So the graphite is basically transferred on the watercolor paper here. Okay, for the rest of the illustration, I want to show you my last way how to transfer the lines on your watercolor paper. I will need a pencil again. I will need my lines, and then I will need this sketch paper. It's transparent, so I will put it on top of my print like this. Then I will get my pencil. I will use blue one. I will draw my missing lines now. So I am basically drawing the illustration on this transparent paper. With this method you have to be more precise, so that's why it's actually not my favorite. I always go for one of the others, and I will tell you which one is the most easiest in just a second. Then I have my mushroom here. So you just basically draw your illustration one time here. So now I have my illustration on this paper. Then you can turn the page, draw your lines again, because you see them, so you're not gonna make the big mess. So this is, as I said, the least favorite method of mine. I don't like it. It takes the longest time. It's like I am drawing the same thing, what, like 3-4 times. But if it's the only supply you have at home, that's still fine, you know. and I don't like it because, yeah, as I told you, it takes too long. I'm drawing the same thing and I'm just excited for the real work and not the transferring part. So that's why I usually would go for the method that is faster. So now that I have the graphite here, I have to turn my page. I will attach it like this because I already have some lines here. I'm trying to find the right place, and then I will put red so I know which lines I have transferred. So here you have to be really precise with drawing your lines and make sure that you are really tracing where the pencil is on the back of this paper. And it's not impossible to make it. It's just not my favorite. But as I told you, just go for it if that's the only thing that you have at home. So let's just finish this and I will show you the next steps. Okay, so you can see now I have my sketch. These are all the outlines. So from now on it's just about inking and covering the page. And on this step you can definitely choose if you need to make thicker or thinner lines, if you would like to make it more sketchy style, or you really want to go and make very nice and smooth lines. I'm using the cold press paper and it means that it has a nice texture, so my lines are never super smooth, and let's say they are more artistic, but you can definitely go for the hot pressed paper and have slightly different experience there. If you are wondering if you would like hot or cold pressed, I had a video last month exactly about this, so I was demonstrating what's about to draw and use wet on wet on hot and on cold pressed paper, so you can check it out and see if you would like to switch to different paper. I will make sure to link the video below. Okay, then I have some legs here, like this. Then I have my mushroom. So I am tracing all the outlines right now. I can add some thickness. Like this. So such projects we are doing on my Patreon. If you join the Color Splash Plus subscription, so I am helping you get creative, find the fun and relaxing way of watercoloring and drawing, because I believe everyone is just seeing these perfect illustrations and paintings with watercolor and you are thinking like, wow, this is just for professional artists. It's not for me, but this is not true. like what I am doing is achievable for real beginners. So you can definitely follow the tutorials here on my YouTube, or if you need more pages like this and workshops where we just break down the project and go through each step together, then you can definitely join me there. All the links will be in the description. Now I will just delete my pencil, and that was my last way of how to transfer outlines to a watercolor paper. The last thing that you can do is that when you transfer your outlines, because as I told you, some of the illustration are for more beginners, some of the illustrations are for people who would like dive deeper and use your own voice on these illustrations. Then you can definitely take just the outlines and then add your own details, so maybe some extra hatching like this for adding a shadow here, or maybe you would like to use a brush pen, something like this, and just add nice thick lines to give your illustration just different character, you know, like this. Or maybe you would like to make it more sketchy. Let me just grab the other one. And maybe you will like to just bring it into such illustration where you just go back and forth with your pen like this, and sometimes you will add extra detail to your illustration, something that you like or not, or you will just want to leave simple lines. Absolutely up to you. Okay, my friend, that was it for today. I hope this video was very helpful. The book, I will link it in the description so you can grab it immediately. And I want to thank you so much for watching my video, and if you liked it, just consider subscribing and pushing the button for the notification so you will not miss any other videos. Thank you very much again, and I will see you next week. Bye.